Hello, my dudes, and welcome back to the Mikey and the Press Pass podcast. I'm Mike,
I'm David.
and what are you enjoying?
I'm smoking a Queen Bee for our 500th podcast. Wait, no, that's not right.
Got that buzz on
I
you,
got
huh?
that, but yeah, that's why they call it the Queen Bee, because it got a little sting up front.
Luckily, queens don't have stingers.
Oh yeah, right. But bees do.
Whoa. It's the bee's knees.
It's the bee's knees. Did I ever tell you about my buddy Rob, who erroneously misheard that turn of phrase because I used to use it all the time?
Okay.
So one day we're driving the car. We always used to say everything was the bee's knees and the cat's pajamas, right?
Uh-huh.
That's the cat's pajamas. This is the bee's knees. And we're driving one day, and he's just like, "Hey man, did you ever think about what the bee's knees means?" And I'm like,
What?
"What?" And he was like, "I think it means beginnings and ends, B's and E's." And I'm like, "Dude, it's not B's and E's.
Uh-huh.
It's B's like buzz buzz, knees like knees."
Mm-hmm.
He just goes, "Oh, I guess that makes more sense."
How does that make more sense?
That's what I said. I was like, actually, your thing makes more sense.
Yeah.
But it's just not as adorable. So
Where did that phrase come from?
I fucking have no clue.
Huh.
I have no idea where that fucking phrase came from. It's a weird phrase.
It's the bee's knees.
Where did the cat's pajamas come
I don't
from?
know.
That's just
Oh. I'm smoking a Tatawahe. What was it?
escosis.
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 Escosis. That's what we're smoking.
New limited one.
Mm-hmm. Tasty so far, but that's gonna be
Wait for it. Wait for it.
Just
Just be cool.
anyway, what you been up to?
More ashamed. Moving. Still moving.
Huh.
That's
When's the final move-in date?
1 week from today we move our furniture.
Oh.
And then we have basically until the end of the month to complete the transformation.
Uh-huh.
So, but yeah, I didn't have a lot to do this week, so that was kind of a really uneventful week for me.
Oh, okay.
But I'm back to work at West Coast next week. So
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
So I will be working 7 days
Guy
a week.
we will not name
Yeah.
is out.
So yeah, but it was like the first week I didn't have a lot of work.
Uh-huh.
2 weeks ago, but I had a lot of shit at the apartment to do.
Uh-huh.
So I felt like I was pretty busy.
Uh-huh.
And then this week, not as much at the apartment, so it really just felt like I didn't do a lot.
You pretty much gave up on the accent wall, huh?
No.
No?
I defeated the accent wall.
Oh, you did?
I defeated it.
How's that?
I painted it 3 times.
Oh.
I painted the fucking accent wall 3 times. The one downstairs I just painted once,
Hmm.
so that was all right.
Mm.
But yeah, it's good now. There will be no more painting, so that's good.
Actually, doesn't go with the furniture. Do it again.
That's not gonna happen.
Uh-huh. It's gonna live with it.
Yep. Just gotta live with it now. Because no, she was like, it was funny because it was like, she was like, this is what I had in mind initially. I was like, I'm so happy for that. That's good.
So,
So
how's your homework been doing? Did your homework assignment?
Community, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I have been watching that. I'm 22 episodes in.
Oh wow. Almost done with the first season, or you're done with the first season?
No,
right?
see, first season's 25 episodes.
Oh, okay.
First season's 25. Second and third season, I think, are 22 and 23. And then apparently they shifted in the back half of the series to 13 episodes a season.
Yeah, they went to Yahoo.
Yeah.
They're off air, then Yahoo picked them up for their last season.
Yahoo?
Mm-hmm.
That's a network?
Well, they were starting like a streaming service, but that went away.
Because I remember Community going away
Mm-hmm.
and then coming back.
Mm-hmm.
Was it the third season that killed it?
No. They had the season 5. Then it got killed. Then Yahoo picked it up for their web exclusive.
But why did they go from 25 to 22, 23, and then 4, 5, and 6?
Oh, 4, 5, and 6 is different. Oh, I didn't.
4, 5, and 6 are 13. There's 109 episodes of Community.
Oh, okay. I don't know. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I like it. I will say it's easy to watch.
Mm-hmm.
But if I have a criticism of it, it is that it is reliant on pop culture. It is not pop culture.
Yeah.
It's just
Some
like,
of it is, yeah.
so much of it is just like,
It's all meta.
it's just super meta. And
Yeah.
it's just like all like, okay, like I get it, but like is this show contributing anything, or is it just riffing on everything else? And it seems like it's just riffing.
It adds stuff to it.
Yeah,
I would say.
I just got past the Goodfellas episode. That was
so fucking good.
That's a good episode.
The scene where like they're closing the door and you see like they're kissing the ring. It's like almost a scene out of The Godfather.
Yeah, it's exactly like The Godfather.
Yeah, it's like God damn, it's so fucking good.
So it's like it's all that mob stuff. That's pretty good. I had forgotten that the chick that plays Britta was that actress has been in other stuff. She was in that show, that Judd Apatow show, Love, on Netflix, which may or may not still be going on. I'm not sure.
I don't know.
But yeah, I always get distracted by fucking Alison Brie. I forgot how cute that chick is too.
Yeah.
She's very attractive.
Yeah, she is.
And she's, they're, archetypes of all the characters. Like, she's the like outraged and indignant one or whatever. That's cool. But yeah, no, I'm liking it. It's like it's pretty easy to watch. It just goes down smooth.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'll probably end up getting through I'll probably finish up the last season or first season tonight or tomorrow, I would venture to guess. And push it. Well, I don't know. I'll see if I can get over that season 3 hump.
Season 4. Skip 4.
Oh, I thought you said 3.
Yeah, 4 is bad.
Oh.
Yeah.
Is it bad or is it just not as good?
It's just not the same show. Yeah.
Huh.
I'll rewatch it again and see. Because I just lost a lot when Dan Harmon left.
So he left and came back, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because the whole thing with Chevy Chase, I think. They had problems, so they fired Dan Harmon, then Chevy Chase left.
Wait, they had a choice between like the showrunner and Chevy Chase, and they chose Chevy Chase?
Yeah, I think so.
That's stupid. Who on earth would do that? Especially, you would think Chevy Chase would be like happy to be getting any work at that point in his life. Because he hadn't been relevant for like fucking 20-some years. Yeah, that's weird.
That's weird.
I guess he's just difficult to deal with. Just weird. Yeah. Yeah, you don't... Somebody who's like the brains of a show that's successful, you really just prioritize that person, I would think. Like getting rid of fucking Matthew Weiner on Mad Men or something.
Yeah, I think they just kind of... They value on-camera personalities than off-camera, it seems like.
Yeah, well, that's a mistake.
Yeah.
That's just a huge mistake.
When most of the show is built on the writing, right?
Yeah. I mean, barring a few exceptions, right? Like you can't dismantle a show entirely, the core cast, and still Scrubs proved that. Like you can't. Scrubs had some pretty good writing, and it did manage to like get rid of some characters, and then like get rid of a few more characters, and then like still kind of hang in there, but
just have JD's voiceover.
But then like at a certain point, it was just like, dude, this is like a shell of its former self, and no amount of writing it is going to make me forget that you got rid of all of the fucking characters that I liked. So yeah, that show was a travesty in the end. That was very, very sad.
Should have just canceled it.
Well, they finished the show. They wrote an ending to the show. They finished the show, and then they brought it back for like a fucking...
just kidding. He misses the other hospital.
Yeah, it's a fucking stupid spin-off show or whatever it was. Like, yeah, it was really not good. But yeah, whatever. I'm impressed some of the actors, because like John C. McGinley or whatever was like one of the guys that stayed on. And that, like,
which one's that one?
He's Dr. Cox.
Oh, okay. That's so weird.
He's like, of all
He's
actors,
an accomplished actor.
Yeah, he was in Platoon and shit. Yeah.
I don't need this.
Yeah, he doesn't. You would think he would just be like, I'm out.
Yeah.
Fuck it, I don't care.
Yeah.
Right. But no, apparently he... But then again, maybe it was one of those situations where he was just happy to have the gig.
Maybe.
And like all these other actors were like, I'm going places, I'm doing things. And everyone's like, man, but are you really going to go do Hot Tub Time Machine 3? And like, or whatever you're going to go do. And it's like, okay, that's fine. But yeah, you can't get rid of like the person that like, from what I understand, is like the entire show, like the head writer and the concept of the show, and directs a decent amount of the episodes too, doesn't he?
I think so.
Yeah. So it's like, yeah, that's not. You don't do that. That's not smart.
Yeah.
Unless you have some very concrete plan to bring in somebody who is equally talented. right? Like David Chase, Matthew Weiner situation where it's like a passing of the torch, but he's still involved and whatever.
I wonder if most of the writing room kept the same, just like they left Dan Harmon out. I don't know if that was the case.
I don't know.
Yeah, some of the writers show up as characters in the show.
Oh, it's like on how all the cast of The Office are writers on the show.
Oh, are they?
Pretty much.
Huh.
So like the guy that plays Ryan, BJ Novak, he's one of the writers and he's one of the producers.
Huh.
And Mindy Kaling, who plays Kelly, is one of the writers. And then strangely enough, a lot of the other actors their characters are named like Phyllis. Her name in real life, I think, is Phyllis.
Oh.
And same thing with Stanley, and same thing with one of the other characters. But like, yeah, Jenna Fisher, Pam on the show, she's one of the producers. Krasinski was a writer on the show.
Uh-huh.
Like, so they're all like writers and producers on the show. I think that's part of the reason that the show was so successful and they had such good synergy.
Huh.
Was that like it started with Steve Carell was one of the writers and producers of the show, and then they all started getting more involved, like realizing their characters, and it's part of the reason you see some of their characters develop and it feels somewhat organic the way their characters develop, because the actors are
How
involved.
would I do it?
Yeah, the actors are just involved in the trajectory of the characters.
Yeah.
And I think that just yields better results a lot of the time. So, but
Did they improv a lot of their stuff in The Office?
I don't think it's a lot of improv. It's a pretty heavily scripted show. They just released a bunch of stuff that was like never before seen recently. One of which is pretty fucking dope. It's like this prank that it's in one of the last seasons, and it's a prank. One of the pranks that like Jim pulls on Dwight. You know, you're familiar with this.
Yeah.
And so basically, his
What
whole
bear is best?
his whole prank is that like the security guard Hank.
I've only seen 1.5 episodes.
Okay, so there's a security guard, Hank. He's like a middle-aged black dude.
Uh-huh.
And basically Jim tries to trick Dwight into thinking that like he's in the Matrix. Okay. And he has Hank dressed up like Morpheus. And he does like, he's like, they're watching intently. And he's like, so if you take the red pill, you stay in the Matrix. And if you take the blue pill, then, you know, you see how far the rabbit hole goes, or vice versa. I think the red pill is the one that wakes you up, right?
Yes.
And Dwight's like, oh, I'll take the blue pill. And he's like, you know, the blue pill makes sure you stay in the Matrix. Uh-huh. And he's like, yeah, you know, if you had offered me this a few years ago, I probably would have said that I would have taken the red pill and I wanted to know what was happening. But like, things are going really well for me right now. I just got a promotion. I got a girlfriend. Things are going great at the farm. He's like, I really just can't. And then Jim is like, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? And like his old lady, Pam, is like, what? Isn't it really funny? Isn't that kind of sad that he thinks it's the Matrix? But he's like, Pam, I've hired like tons of actors. I've paid all these people all this money to like orchestrate all this thing, and he's just gonna take the blue pill? Uh-huh. He's like, what the hell? He's like all mad. Uh-huh. I'm like, yeah, apparently they're never aired before. Huh. Like the show's been up here for like 10 years or something like that, I think. Huh. But anyway. Yeah, so I don't know. Community is going pretty good, I guess. Maybe I will just skip the 4th season. I thought it was a 3rd season, so it was.
Oh, good thing you talked to me. Well, I did my homework too. Mm-hmm. That's why we're recording a little bit late.
Oh, you were watching it right before?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I watched Chinatown with Jack Nicholson.
Yeah.
That was a really good movie.
Faye Dunaway is also in it.
Yeah.
And I feel like somebody else. John Huston. Fuck, how did I forget John Huston?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was gonna say Max von Sydow, but it doesn't have an accent, so I was like, okay.
Oh yeah, he's like the white bread version of like Max von Sydow. Yeah, yeah, you're right. I never really thought about it, but yeah.
Wow, he's been old a long time.
Oh, damn, this is
the 80s.
This is the fucking 80s.
But yeah, that speaking of rabbit holes, that's the same thing. It's like, what the fuck is happening here? How deep does this rabbit hole go?
Yeah. That's a great movie. I was actually just talking about that guy today, the director.
The Rapist.
The Rapist, yes. Yeah, just like talking to my uncle about how's no one fucking canceled that guy yet?
He is canceled. He can't come to America.
That's the legal system canceling.
Okay. Yeah, he still makes movies.
I mean, I don't know if he still makes movies, but like his shit's on fucking. They just put Chinatown up on fucking Prime. You can't be that canceled.
Yeah.
Like, try to find any Louis C.K. stuff on Amazon Prime. That's fucking canceled.
Yeah, there's probably a window for that, right? It's
Yeah.
like, yeah, you're good. Whatever.
I'm waiting.
People will make their choices.
I can't wait for Louis' stuff to come back. I love Louis C.K.
But Chinatown, it was really cool. The opening scene was like kind of like the golden age of movies with the whole like the old opens for it with the credits going first and all the old typography and all that stuff.
Yeah, they do a lot of establishing shots early in the movie to kind of give you a sense of the space you're working with, which works in some movies. Like that movie, it doesn't work in all movies. But you know, it does kind of like build sort of a diorama in your head of like what you're dealing with. You know, the low water levels and City Hall and seedy back alleys and stuff like that. That's Roman Polanski's in that movie. I don't know if you know him. That.
Really?
Yeah, he's a kitty cat.
Oh, that's him?
Fucking knife. Yeah,
Ugh,
that's him.
that fucking creeper.
Yeah,
No wonder he seems so creepy.
He's creepy.
Yeah, he's a creepy fuck.
But
I thought Jack Nicholson was gonna get beat up a lot more.
he gets beat up for quite a bit.
Yeah, he does.
A couple times.
Yeah.
But yeah, they do a lot of interesting camera work in that movie, like kind of intriguing.
Yeah, it's a modern take on that genre.
Yeah.
So that was really cool to see. Beautifully shot. Great script.
Yeah, that's what I like about it is not only is the writing, it's just complicated enough. And from what I understand, the Two Jakes gets a little too complicated.
Okay.
Like it's just complicated enough where you can follow along. There's enough twists and turns and intrigue. It feels like texture-wise like a classic noir, but it obviously formalistically, the placement, the camera work, all of that feels modern. Not as biggest problem with a lot of modern noirs is one of my biggest problems with Perry Mason is the too heavy-handed with the fucking music. Yeah, not an issue. Not an issue in Chinatown.
It gets to that
point. It gets close.
They use it.
It gets close.
Yeah, they sprinkle it in. They put a little spice into the scene.
Yeah, but it doesn't.
But most of the time, there's no score.
Yeah, it doesn't go over the top. I think it's used where appropriate to much effect.
And we're back. You were saying
Chinatown. Yeah, I don't know. I like a lot of the foreshadowing in the movie. I like a lot of the end is foreshadowed nicely, I think, and done very effectively. One of the best endings in any movie ever, I think.
Yeah, it wouldn't be a noir without a tragedy at the end, right?
Yeah, and just a hand waving.
Like fuck.
Like just a hand waving. Like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
And we're just on to the next
and
adventure.
Then the daughter's like, ah, and it's like, they're there.
So creepy.
It's like, fuck.
Yeah. Yeah, John Huston is really good in that movie. He that was, I think, shortly. I think that movie was the foot in the door for Jack Nicholson to start dating Angelica Houston, who is his daughter. They dated for a while, and I think that's how they met. Was that John Huston was in Chinatown with Jack Nicholson, and then she met. Jack Nicholson met John Huston's daughter, who is just his presence in that film is a nod to the film noir genre. He is the director of The Maltese Falcon. He is the director of Treasure of the Sierra Madre and several other notable noirs.
Let me show you a thing or two about this genre.
Right. So just him even being in there is kind of a wink at you. Like, oh, like, you know, this fucking guy from back in the day, right? Not really an actor, more of a director. I'm trying to think of some other movies he's done. Those are the two that come to mind. I mean, those are big Humphrey Bogart noirs. And two of my favorites, I just showed my old lady, Treasure of the Sierra Madre a few months back, and she had never seen it. She's in different. It's a movie where Humphrey Bogart's not like he's like the lead, but he's not like the good guy. So good movie. Chinatown and Treasure of the Sierra Madre, but yeah, I like. It's probably the only movie I can name that Faye Dunaway's in. But she's fantastic. Pretty much everybody's fantastic in the movie. But yeah, it's the plot.
I was wondering if are they ever going to go to Chinatown? This movie's called Chinatown, right? There's mention Chinatown.
I know. I kind of like that though. You
Yeah.
get a sense and a feel for what kind of place it is without them really ever visiting anywhere until like the end of the third act.
Yeah.
And then especially at the end, the way the movie ends, you immediately know why it's called that. Like you're like, oh, okay, that's why it's titled this. I get it. You know, it's.
Yeah, I wish they showed a little bit more contrast on how they showed a little bit with Curly, like the normal life of people.
Yeah.
Right, because you've seen the glitz and glamour of like the rich of LA, the
Yeah.
the aristocrats of LA.
Paulie.
Yeah, Paulie. I just love that scene where the wife opens up the door. She has a black eye.
Mm-hmm.
That was a good callback. I'm like, all right.
Yeah. Cause he finds out that he's cheating on him, but then she just opens the door. She's like, "Hey, Jake."
Yeah.
He's like, "Oh, hey, come on in. Don't wait, my friend. Wait at the door."
Hey, you were my friend. This is the one that. Yeah.
Fucking savage.
I know. Fuck.
So good. But yeah, like some of those tracking shots too through the apartment, like are really well done.
Yeah. But sometimes there's like weird setups where they find was it Miss Sessions, her body, and he opens up the door and the cops are there. I'm like, what the fuck? It's so weird. I know they're trying to like do a sting, but it's so weird to, like you're hiding in the bathroom.
Yeah.
It's so weird.
That tends to be a thing in noirs though too. I don't know if they do it in Perry Mason a little bit.
Yeah. Like, why are you there?
It's like, well, look who's here.
Like, what? You've been sitting here the whole time?
Why are you here?
Yeah. It's almost like the normal trope of, remember 24? They have like the sneaky cam where like someone's in the background, the camera's like all shaky.
Yeah.
It's like, who's sitting back there?
Yeah. They do it in horror movies a lot where the camera will like peek out from the bushes.
Yeah.
And then like, oh, someone's and then and then that person walks over and they look in the bushes and there's like, well, there's no one there. Well, what the fuck was the camera doing then?
Yeah.
Don't make me think that it's being voyeuristic if there's no one actually there. It's a curious cameraman. It's obnoxious. But yeah, it's a solid A. I mean, it's definitely holds its own against any of the classic noirs and has some of those more modern flourishes to it that make it because not a lot of classic noirs are really set in LA. Some of them are.
There's some clever stuff too with the whole pocket watches. I was like, what the fuck's he doing?
Yeah.
And the whole like leave it there so the car runs it over and knows what time he leaves is like, wow, that's really cool. And busting up the backlight so he can easily follow this person. Yeah. I was like, well, okay, that's pretty cool. Yeah. A little ingenuity there.
Little like tricks of the trade.
Let me use a ruler. I was like, a ruler? Yeah, I can't read too well.
I can't read the fine. It's really fine print. I want to be able to read all the way across.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a really cool movie. I really, really enjoyed it. I'm glad I watched it. And I'm probably gonna go. My homework for next week is to watch LA Confidential.
Yeah, LA Confidential is less.
Would you say like
subtle.
That's the high watermark for like modern noir?
I mean, it's just a noir of a different stripe. It's not as quiet as Chinatown.
Yeah, it seems like because there's a bigger ensemble cast, right?
Yeah, it's just more. It's more like, move fast and break things kind of fucking noir. So it's like it's got more energy as opposed to more creep.
Sneaking around.
Yeah, like Chinatown is like creep. It's a lot of creep. But like LA Confidential is almost like it like almost
like
is like
Fast and Furious.
It's almost just like it like put its stamp on like a different brand of noir. Where Chinatown very much feels like a throwback to noirs of the like 40s and early 50s. This just feels like it just took like a lot of noir polish and like put like a different sort of in the way that like Sin City does that. You know how Sin City feels very much like a noir?
Yeah.
But at the same time like not, right? Like it's just different and
a little too much action for a noir, but it has the look and feel and the lived in universe. Yeah, that's the thing about like noirs, have to feel lived in. It can't just be like a very sterile place.
Yeah, and LA Confidential does that very well. The Black Dahlia is also the same writer as LA Confidential, and that's a pretty decent, but just doesn't. It just kind of feels like bizarro LA Confidential. Like it still has some of the same elements to it, and they make up for it with a dynamite cast, actually. Black Dahlia's got Scarlett Johansson, Aaron Eckhart, Josh Hartnett.
Yeah, I haven't watched that one. I need to watch that.
Yeah, it's decent, but LA Confidential is Kim Basinger and Russell Crowe and Danny DeVito and like Guy Pearce and who else is in that? There's like a fucking ton of people in it. It's like super good. So yeah, that one's definitely worth a watch. It has a different texture, pacing and tone, but the world feels very much the same. But almost more of a hard edge, even like in the way, like somewhere between Chinatown and like Sin City. Like not as much edge as Sin City, but more.
Okay.
I probably like it a little more, but you're splitting hairs at that point. They're both equally good. So
all right. Moving on to news. Got a cool news?
I don't have any cool news. I had some news, and then my fucking notes on my thing updated. However, I was following hockey scores today, and so the NHL is well underway with their bullshit fucking only playing teams in their division series, and
just so they can get a Canadian team into the playoffs, basically.
Well, they're gonna get several Canadian teams into the playoffs. But on that front, Connor McDavid, who is pretty much since he entered the league has been perennial candidate for the Art Ross and the Hart Trophy, has 26 points already. And they're only like 13 games into the fucking season. He's just fucking crushing it. And so it's like, I don't know like how much longer he can keep that pace up because he's just quickly establishing himself as the most dominant offense.
Are you not entertained?
He is unequivocally the most dominant, like, offensive player in the league. I don't even think it. I mean, like, you could make, and the thing is the only person that's in the same conversation offensively is his teammate, Leon Draisaitl, who's like the Evgeny Malkin of the Oilers. He's just super good, and he won the Art Ross Trophy last year, but only because he played more games than McDavid did. And so it's like, in an 82-game schedule, or any full season, games to games, like, no one's going to keep up with Connor McDavid on point production. But it's like, we're only 12 games in, and he's already on pace for like 100 points in a 56-game schedule.
That's nuts.
It's just like not, I mean, like, I'm sure he won't be able to keep that pace up, but he damn near did last year.
He might just go for broke because the season's so short.
Maybe. He's just going balls out. It's like fucking ridiculous. Because Chris Davis and I had some bets about like, you know, who's gonna take like certain things like the over who's gonna get, is Ovechkin gonna get more goals than this year? How many goals is he gonna get? Like, is he gonna get to, you know, shorten season? He probably won't get to 800 this year because he just won't have long enough. But yeah, I don't know. McDavid could conceivably probably is like a shoe-in for at least 80 points in a 56-game schedule already because he's like almost halfway there, and the season's like not even like fucking halfway over yet. So that was impressive. I haven't really been following or even watching a lot of hockey. I've just been kind of like piecing it together, and I just like went. I was like, yeah, I wonder who's leading.
Peek out your window.
Yeah, like I wonder who's like leading the point race. I'm like, fucking 26 points. I'm like, have I just missed a bunch of games? Like where? Like I thought they were only like 10 games into the season. I'm like, oh no, they're like 12 games in. It's like, okay, that makes sense, I guess. But so I'm gonna be keeping an eye on that. Like every time hockey makes me think like, I don't really want to follow it anymore. And then like something like this happens where it's like, it could be like this year. I probably would have watched intently if it were a full season to see like if Alex Ovechkin could get to like 800 goals this year. I don't know that I think he's only a little over 700, so I don't think he would have been able to get to 800 this year, but he certainly would have climbed the rankings to probably like third. He could conceivably, if we played a full season, he could have conceivably climbed the rankings all time in goals to third behind Gretzky and Howe, which is ridiculous. They're the only players with 800 goals. Yeah. And
is he planning to play more years, or
he doesn't show any signs of slowing down?
Okay.
He's, you know, still fairly young. He's still got like probably at least 3 or 4 years left in him. And even if he's only got like, I think he's 36. So let's just say he's only got 3 years left in him. And let's just say those years are diminished years at like not 50 goals a season. Like they're 30 goals a season. Like, he'll still probably get to 800 goals, which is not a feat that I've ever would have thought that I would see in my lifetime. So I would have been like following that. Like, yeah, truncated season. Like, he's only playing the teams in his division. He's probably not going to even get maybe he'll get 30 goals. That'll be fine. But then something like this happens, and I'm like, well, maybe I'll have to pay attention. Fucking McDavid just all these just playing Canadian teams. Like, oh yeah, it's all these shitty teams. Let's fucking score up a storm.
I'll show you, eh?
Yeah, I'll show you. Yeah,
I'll show you what it's about.
Yeah, I'll show you what it's all about. But anyway, yeah, that was pretty much all. I had other news, but I fucking. Oh wait, no, I did. I found another one of them. Hang on. Well, you find your other one, and I'll bring it.
The first ever fossilized dinosaur butthole is here, and it's flawless, scientists say.
The first ever What?
I knew this was going to be a good one. In what might already be the greatest scientific achievement of 2021, a team of scientists of University of Bristol have revealed their discovery of the world's first preserved dinosaur butthole. The 100-million-year-old fossilized anus, described by paleontologists as perfect and one-of-a-kind opening, is unique enough to provide brand new insight to sexual lives and bowel functions of dinosaurs. In other words, a whole lot of exciting new stuff.
Oh, they couldn't help it.
Yeah, and it says sorry.
Yeah.
So yeah, first ever perfect butthole. Fossilized butthole has been found.
That's what does a fossilized butthole look like?
It just shows that it has a vent, like what they say. The cloaca opening is in question belonged to I can't pronounce the name of this, a dog-like dinosaur whose remains were encased mid-dump in the mix of deoxygenated mud and volcanic ash. The orifice is the first of its kind, as most dinosaur skins are rare and often patchy, according to Jacob blah blah blah, lead paleontologist of University of Bristol. It took a while. Long while before we got around to finish our research, because no one's ever cared about comparing exterior cloaca openings of living animals. It's a largely uncharted territory.
He doesn't realize the irony of that statement.
Yeah.
It took us a really long time to get around to researching it because everybody couldn't stop fucking laughing so hard.
Check out that butthole, man.
Yeah. That's the real doggy style, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Dog-like dinosaur.
Yeah, so I guess with this dinosaur, the vent's very similar to a alligator.
Yeah.
With the vents, it has a gland and all that stuff.
Think of the developments.
Yeah.
It's kind of a shitty story.
Whoa, hey, what?
Scientists teach spinach to send emails.
Okay.
It tastes great, warns us about environmental issues, and powers cell phones. Is there anything spinach can't do? Animals can be surprisingly smart. Mammals, birds, octopuses. And by the way, octopuses is correct, not octopi, people.
Yeah.
Octopuses and even insects have wowed people with some impressive feats of intelligence, but nobody would have ever claimed that plants, particularly intelligent forms of life, or so we thought until scientists taught spinach how to send emails.
Wow.
You read right. Engineers from the MIT have equipped spinach with the ability to fire off emails. Granted, saying that the spinach plant itself is sending the emails a bit of an exaggeration. In reality, the plant is hooked to a monitoring device that fires off email when certain conditions are fulfilled.
Oh.
But still, it's groundbreaking in the sense that a crop can communicate with a farmer. This is a novel demonstration of how we can overcome the plant-human communication barrier. There is no plant-human communication. Spinach studies lead author, professor such and such told someone. So
That's some good reporting.
So spinach, or any other vegetable for that matter, won't be filling your inbox with spam anytime soon. But farmers and environmentalists could benefit from having their plants talk to them. But how does the spinach email actually work? Let's find out. But let's actually not, because the funniness is now ruined. Because oh wait, hang on. This subtitle is called, what was it called? You will be spinach humiliated? No, that doesn't work, bro.
Boo. Fucking fired.
Anyway.
Get out of here.
Yeah, so, like plants, they can
communicate.
But not really.
They set off a trigger. That's basically what it comes down to.
Yeah, it's
Hey, I
like
need water. I'm dying.
yeah, but it doesn't send the email. It's
No.
like something reads that, and then the algorithm does the work.
Yeah. It triggers something.
Yeah,
Yeah.
triggered spinach.
Whoa.
It's not like, guess what? I'm rich in iron. Tell your friends.
Eat me. Please eat me.
I go great with feta in a quiche.
3 Pennsylvania neighbors dead after fight over snow shovel, authorities say.
Sounds right.
A fight that erupted over snow shoveling allegedly led to a Pennsylvania man shooting 2 of his neighbors to death before he died of suicide, authorities said. On Monday morning, James allegedly shot and killed his neighbor James and Lisa after going a long-running argument between Spade and Goys, reaching a boiling point over snow shoveling.
That's wow. Sounds right though.
You're just angry that you're shoveling snow. It's like, "Arrgh, you stole my show shovel, asshole."
Having to shovel snow will make you really like rage out.
Yeah.
It's a very angering process.
Yeah, you're up in the morning. You don't want to do that shit. It's a lot of snow, I guess.
It's hard.
Yeah.
It's cold. It's wet.
So do a lot of people have like that snow blower thing? Or no?
Not a lot of people.
Oh, okay. So it's only like fancy people.
Snowblowers are expensive. So yeah, a lot of people have them, I guess.
Mm.
I don't know why.
Isn't that a pretty good investment though, if you think about it?
I mean, if you own your like home and you're not poor,
yeah,
like yeah. But it's like asking, like, do most people have riding lawnmowers? No.
Yeah.
Most people don't have riding lawnmowers. They just have regular lawnmowers. Some people, I'm always impressed when I see people that don't even have like gas powered lawnmower. They just got those ones that are like blades. It's
yeah,
like,
the pushing ones.
Really? Jeez, still?
Yeah, as a kid, when I had to do the lawn, I had the push mower.
Yeah.
Yeah, that wasn't fun.
I wouldn't even call it a mower. It's like, I mean, it is, but like, it just doesn't.
The most basic of lawnmowers.
Yeah, but it's not mowing the lawn. You are.
That's why it's called a push mower.
Yeah, it's just like you're just like, it's like a step up from just having hedge clippers on the fucking grass.
Yeah. Yeah, I found it funny, like, when I was living at home as a little kid. Yeah, I always did yard work all the fucking time. And then suddenly when I move out, I was like, oh, we got to hire, like, a person to do it. It's like, You had free labor, fuckers.
I need somebody with that Filipino work ethic, man.
No, they need that Mexican work ethic.
Yeah, they are good at cutting lawns, I guess. Why do they cut lawns so much? I always wondered why Mexicans really got into gardening.
Cash business.
You think that's what it is? You think that's how it started?
I don't know, baby.
I mean, because some things like make a lot of sense to me. It's like you do think like, okay, so like why do so many Indian and Middle Eastern people own convenience stores? And the answer is that they've known people that have come here and own convenience stores, or Koreans and dry cleaners. And those sort of businesses are small startup businesses that you can get a small business loan on with, virtually no anything. You just walk in and be like, they're like,
give me this.
Yeah, what do you have? And you're like a couple of empty Starburst wrappers and like an old coin from the 40s and these jeans. And they're like, here, business loan. And but like something like landscaping and gardening, I guess, yeah, maybe cash business. It's something where, you can kind of, especially if you're, here illegally, you could.
Plus, you want a lot of bodies too, so maybe cheap labor.
And I guess it's not something that really you have to be terribly skilled at, right? I mean, like, landscaping and yard work is really just a matter of. It takes about as much know-how as like making a pizza. It's like show somebody how to do it, and then once they know how to do it, it's pretty much just to do it again and again and again. It's pretty easy. And so yeah, maybe that's it. I've always wondered that though.
Oh, I don't know. Is that it for stories?
Yeah.
That's a pretty short story week.
Yeah.
Let's get on to our cigar of the week, the Tatawahe.
Let's do it.
What size was this? A Longsdale?
It's a Lonsdale. Yes.
That was a pretty good size. I like this size a lot. Burns really good. Draws really well. Yeah, a little bit. Has that kind of classic Tatawahe taste with the underlying like cedar flavor to it. But there's some sort of like weird spice and acidity to it. I can't quite get what it is.
Yeah, it almost reminded me of like licorice root or something like that.
A little bit. You get that
Like
off the nose.
yeah, like the not black licorice so much.
Anise,
Yeah,
almost.
yeah,
Yeah.
not yeah, like it's just like yeah, not like licorice root because licorice root almost tastes like more like what red licorice tastes like, but like yeah, like anise or fennel,
Yeah, I would
um,
say that.
something like that. And it's just, but yeah, it's not overpowering though. I feel like I wouldn't like it if it were.
Hmm.
It's just like a little bit of like extra something.
Hmm.
Um, yeah, they're reasonably priced too, like $15 or something like that. So although they were limited, Tatuaje still not
Gouging
with
prices.
few exceptions. The 15-year is pretty expensive and they're pretty good. But generally speaking, even their limited stuff is usually like under 16, $17.
Limited.
Yeah, whatever the Monster series, just limited stuff.
Uh-huh.
Um,
It's kind of like the Master Blend 3. We only made this for a certain amount of years. Like, why do they keep on showing up all the time?
mm-hmm.
How many of these did you make?
We made 80 billion of them the year we made them. Those like all we made all year.
Yeah,
And then we just let them out like two boxes at a
you
time.
get 2
You get 2.
here.
Yeah, I thought it was pretty good. I mean, I didn't like set my sights too high, but I kind of just expected it to be kind of in the wheelhouse of Tatuaje. They don't deviate too far from their wheelhouse, and so as a result, I'm hardly ever wowed
Yeah,
by anything. Like, oh my god,
it's like a medium
what?
finish, medium body. It's not as strong as the regular brown labels.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but it's good. I think it has a little more complexity, or maybe just the favorite flavors that are in the forefront are like more in the forefront than they are in the brown label. But yeah, I liked it. I thought it was a solid 8. Pretty decent. It's like I said, I don't even remember the last thing I smoked from Tatuaje that I was like disappointed in. They have very few cigars in their fleet that disappoint me. The Sumatra Kahonu disappoints me. I go back and forth. Or like every second or third Fausto I have is disappointing. Kind of like, and then like every now and again I have one like, oh, this is good, and then it's kind of like, eh. So I go back and forth on that cigar. But,
like some of the Tatuaje line, like the red labels, I have to be in the mood to smoke it.
mm-hmm.
But if you just hand it to me, it's like, yeah, I'll get something else.
The
It's good.
The trick with the red labels is just to get the, I don't know if they're like a completely different blend, but the ones that are like little, the Veracruz with the like
Oh, that's
silver,
different, but yeah,
it's okay. The silver, those are good.
yeah, they're good. Yeah, they used to have like the West Coast, East Coast version. From what I understand, it's only the size that was the difference.
I don't know. Those little Veracruz are good though.
Yeah, they are good. Well, I can probably find a source to get some of those, but
pretty tasty. But yeah, the red labels are kind of, I mean, there's nothing wrong with them. I just don't. I just like rather have other stuff. They're fine. But yeah, I don't remember. They don't release a lot of new cigars, and when they do, usually like the Connecticut they released, I thought was really good. And then what was the last new release they had besides that? That wasn't a monster. I don't know. I can't think of anything.
Emmys?
Oh yeah, I didn't like those.
I didn't like those at all. I was like,
like
what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah, at least they branded it properly. Well, it's an experiment. It's
It's
a beta test.
Calm down, guys.
It's not.
But we made a second version of it.
Yeah. The Me Too.
But it's an experiment still.
Yeah, it's still an experiment.
It's still an experiment.
Yeah, I didn't like those.
Yeah, I didn't.
Either of them. One of them was better than the other, but they still both were kind of like subpar. Oh, the Anarchy. I had that last year.
Oh, that wasn't a surrogate line?
I don't think so. I think it was just a Tatuaje.
Edgelord.
Yeah.
really leaning into that edgelord look.
Yeah, for that one they did. They're not very consistent with their branding. Like some of the stuff is just kind of.
Yeah, he wants to do like a kind of like a wine thing with like Pete Johnson line or whatever, and then he goes like the Anarchy.
Yeah, I don't get it. I don't know. Didn't they put out a new surrogate this year or last year?
I don't know.
Thought they did. But yeah, anyway, no, I thought it was a pretty good cigar. I think it's solid. I mean, it's I probably wouldn't reach for it over the brown label, but it would be one
That's
of those.
still a solid blend.
Yeah, it's a go-to for me. For me, that's that and the Kappa Especial, the 7th Kappa. Like I like that cigar a lot.
Yeah, I smoked one today. It was pretty good.
And the Kahonu 2012 broadleaf. those are like the 3 cigars in their line that I think are like, those are pretty fucking good.
Mm-hmm.
And then like 80% of the rest of their line is like, it's decent.
Mm-hmm.
And then the Black Label is really good too, actually. I like the Black Label a lot. But most of their line is like pretty solid. I would smoke just about anything out of it. And then they have a few duds, like I said, the Sumatra, Kahonu, and a couple of other things that are just kind of like, eh. But all things considered, usually.
Yeah, I need to try the Cajonu Habano.
You don't like Habanos. I never recommend it to you because you're just like, oh,
No, I just haven't tried it. I might have tried it once and like, eh. I think it was the broadleaf is so good.
Mm-hmm.
It was like, why even try that one? Why?
The Habano just tastes like a prototypical Nicaraguan Habano.
Mm-hmm.
It's fairly well executed, but if you don't like prototypical Nicaraguan Habanos, then you probably just won't think it's all that good. It's not an Ecuadorian Habano. Ecuadorian Habanos are fucking good.
Mm-hmm. That's a good like growing region.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I just anything out of Ecuadorian
Connecticut's are good.
Yeah.
Ecuadorian Habanos are good.
Uh-huh.
Ecuadorian Oscuros are good. Yeah. It's like pretty much anything that comes out of it. Well, I don't know. I don't really ever have too much like binder filler tobacco. I assume it's just like wrapper leaves that are tasty that come out of there. I'm sure that probably works okay in the binder and filler, but maybe not as noticeable.
Maybe. I don't know. Because people are crazy about like Jamaican tobacco. It's like, ooh, there's Jamaican tobacco. And they're like, oh.
Yeah, I can't really like.
I don't have a big enough sample size. It's like, oh, I can pinpoint it out.
Yeah,
it's not like any Nicaraguan cigars. Like, oh, that one got like the Ligeros from like the Jalapa Valley.
Don't remember. Oh, this was something interesting that happened this week.
Okay.
So remember how I told you that my cat, like, just fucking never does things that I want him to do?
Yeah.
So I was at the store the other day, and they have this little cat thing, this little like cube that you can go inside. Okay. And I remember my old roommate Rob had one for his cat. It was for like a little cat, so it's like this big, and a little cat can go inside it. And my cat used to go inside, and he would be like, he'd go inside like head first, and he could barely turn around, and he would turn around, and the cube would just be like bloated out to a sphere. It was so big with just his face like sticking out of the front. He was like, I love this. He would always be in there. So I got him one. I was like, hey, here you go, buddy, right? And he's like, whatever. And so I pick him up and I'm like trying to put him in it. Like, fucking get in there.
No, I don't want it.
And he wouldn't go in there. I had it for a few days. And I was like, you fucking shithead, right? So then I'm like, fine. I go back to the store. I return the cat cube. And the guy's like, is there anything wrong with it? No, my cat hates it. Fucking hates it. So just I'm taking it back. I don't want it. Right? He doesn't
gave him AIDS.
I gave him feline AIDS, feline leukemia or whatever. And so I got him a different one that wasn't a cube that he could fit in, and like I had it for a couple days, and he's finally like laying in it, like he likes it. I got him something that he likes. It's like 2 things on the planet he likes, and that's one of them apparently. So that was happy news, good times for the cat.
I saw this pretty rad cat toy. It's like a fish and it flops around. And the more you fuck with it, the more it flops around. So I was wondering if your cat would be down for that.
I don't know. He doesn't seem to be fucking down for anything. Like things that you just laser pointers, he can't even get excited about. That's pretty cool, I guess. I know I can't catch it. So
I know what you're trying to do to me. I'm not falling for that.
It's like I tried to catch it before, I can't catch it.
I just didn't get it once. Like, nah, I'm done.
Yeah. Like if it's right by him, he'll go. Yeah, whatever. Chase it for like 30 feet. And then just like...
So, how about we go for the queen bee the second time around? How's that?
Second time around? I'm not having it for the second time. You had it the other week.
No, but for the review, a second time around with a fresh one. Oh, I had it. That's right. Yeah, that's right.
I didn't smoke it.
Yeah, okay.
I just got you one.
Oh, okay.
I haven't had this cigar in probably like well over a year.
Okay. Tell us about it. Spit some raps, son.
It's good. It doesn't have all the things that I typically don't like about a Fuente.
Yeah, it doesn't taste like a Fuente.
And it has some other stuff that's interesting. It's got. I was telling you before the podcast that the one I gave you. You were like, it doesn't have the same oomph. And I pinpointed why, because it's like right at the start of the finish, it has like this little twang uptick. This little like. I don't know. It's not really like a bitterness or a sourness, but it just like almost like perks up your like salivatory glands. And I would imagine that mellows out with some age to the point where it probably just flattens it and makes it not good. But yeah, it's fuller than I remember. For some reason, I always just thought it was kind of like a solid medium, but it verges on full toward the back end. But yeah, it's good. It just doesn't really taste like a Fuente. You know, it's like closer to the Añejo. It's kind of like splitting the difference between the Añejo and the Casa Cuba, which are the only like other two Fuentes that I really like. And so it's kind of like halfway between those two. But it's got a lot of it changes a lot. Like the flavor develops and kind of stays. Like the previous flavors kind of linger around, so that there's like a buildup of flavor to the like point where it's like in the back third now, and it's like super rich, and so I'm like smoking it slower because I don't want like I could see if you smoke this cigar fast, those tannins would really build up and kind of like not be pleasant if you smoked it too fast.
Yeah, I can see that.
But yeah, it's a solid. It's been a while since I've had it, so like I would say it's probably a ringer for my favorite Fuente. Because I mean, I like the Añejo, but I like it a lot in the shark size, because it's just like it's like a cigar that's like just made to like steep your palate and smoke, and you can get every drop out of it. But I don't know, the classic Hemingway is like an all-time favorite of mine. I think that's like one of my favorite cigars, probably my favorite Cameroon. I think there's a lot going on in that cigar. It's on the other end of the flavor spectrum. It's more of a mild medium. But this is probably a close second. I'll smoke it again now that we have them back for sure.
Nice. All right, let's go to our new section of the podcast.
Ooh, yeah.
We rank things. Hold on.
That's the name of the section, actually. We rank things. We rank things.
Okay, for all the watchers on YouTube, you can see if you plug for the YouTube channel.
Oh, yeah.
We need to get our subscribers up so we can get our vanity URL. But
we got like 8.
Got 15.
Oh, nice.
Maybe you could be number 16.
No, I'm already. It's like all the people that listen to the podcast that have eyes. Also, because I like to think that like a lot of people that listen to our podcast probably just like all they do is listen to stuff, and they just gone through like everything else on the planet. So they're just like, yeah, I'm just gonna listen.
I'll just watch this
blind.
Yeah. All right, as you can see on the screen, we're doing a fast food tier list from tiermaker.com.
Yeah.
You got the S rank, A, B, C, and D, and we will be ranking fast food chains. You want to go alphabetical or on the list of this list, or you want to go?
Let's go bottom to top.
Bottom to top.
D to S.
D to S.
Yeah, D to S.
Okay.
So it's like a reveal, you know. It's like when you do the countdown of like the top 100 movies.
Well, I don't know what you think. What is what? So that's why we're gonna go.
Well, no, I'm just saying, like, we both gotta like have a say, right? You gotta, like, put things in there. So like, what's D tier? Like, what's like the just bottom of the? For me, it's Sonic. Absolutely, Sonic.
I would agree, Sonic. I've had it maybe like twice. I'm like, this is not
Sonic.
Like the stuff they put on the commercial is not what they're serving you.
I had such fond memories of it from when I was in like high school. Is we didn't have them in Kalamazoo. And I used to hang out with a couple of friends that lived in Grand Rapids. My uncle used to live in Grand Rapids, and then he was always like talking about how cool it was. And then like I had some buddies that were from there, and so I was like, oh, he's always talking about how cool it is. He went to Kendall and shit. And so I like started like going up there to hang out with him occasionally. And I was like 15, 16, somewhere in there. And then I'd go visit my uncle every now and again up there, and we'd go hang out and do stuff or whatever. I was like, I'm cool. I'm hanging out with college kids. And whatever. And so I had fond memories of it, and then we got it in Kalamazoo. I was like, we got a fucking Sonic? Hell yeah.
Got the crushy ice. That's the only good thing about it.
Yeah, I'm not smashing the cherry. I'm gonna smash the cherry limeade. The pellet ice. This is
That's
so
the best ice.
Yeah, the cherry limeade and that shit is good. But like I went there with my buddy Dason. I was like, oh yeah, I used to love Sonic, dude. And he was like, and he's a garbage monster. So he's like, oh, this is pretty good. I'm like, dude, this is fucking awful. What are you talking about? I was like, what are you talking about? This is fucking trash. It's so fucking bad. It was right by my house too. I was all excited. went up there, you know, the girls on roller skates and shit.
Yeah.
And it was just fucking terrible. I hate it. White Castle's on the fucking D tier too.
I can't really have a say. I've never actually been to a proper White Castle. I've only had like the frozen stuff when Harold and Kumar came out. So I don't know what that compares to.
It tastes like armpits.
So I will put that in the D tier.
Tastes like hot garbage. That's what it tastes like. I'm trying to think of what else goes in D tier. I don't know. What are your nominations?
Out of this list, I'd probably say that's a good 2 of them. I can't really put any of the stuff on the list. I can't really put on D tier.
Yeah,
I haven't had DQ before, or I might have had it once, so I don't really have an opinion for it. So
it's pretty bad. It's not terrible. I think that goes in C tier.
C tier.
They have some things that are like edible, but other things that are really not good. Jack in the Box probably goes in C tier.
No, that's a B tier. Really?
Jack in the Box is not good, dude. Burger King goes in C tier. See, the thing is though, is like some of it's like my personal preferences. Like some things are like disgusting garbage, but I really like them. I think Taco Bell probably goes.
Wait. Okay, so we'll put.
What is this?
Where is this?
What's this? Boston Market? Chipotle.
Chipotle.
Okay.
I might put Chipotle in C tier.
I put Chipotle in B tier.
Really? Mm-hmm. It needs to decide what it is. Is it Mexican food or what? Because like you got that fucking white rice with fucking cilantro in it. Garbage.
Sure. I mean, I don't really mind. I don't eat a lot of things with rice in them at Chipotle, so I guess I could go either way. I
say C.
All right. I think
Domino's. I've never had Domino's.
probably C tier.
Really?
Yeah.
I think I might want to just order a pizza and see what it's like. Apparently, it's better than before, but I don't know.
It's better than before, but really, you want Domino's, you want this spinach feta bread.
Oh,
that shit is so fucking
so
good, dude.
Do C tier.
C tier.
Okay.
Yeah. You think Jack in the Box is B tier?
I think Jack in the Box is B tier. Because it's really like their sourdough jack's really good, quote unquote good. They kind of started the trend in fast food. Tacos, I enjoy their tacos. Super cheap.
Yeah, I guess if you would consider their entire menu. Yeah, you're right. Jack in the Box goes B tier.
B tier.
Burger King's definitely C tier though. I don't.
Yeah, I don't go there too often. Their fries are kind of meh.
They have some things like their chicken.
The Whopper, I'm like, what the fuck is this?
Their chicken tenders are pretty good, but other than that, they don't belong anywhere.
C tier.
C tier. Let's see.
Subway, eat fresh. Is that even? I guess it is fast food, but it's like not traditional fast food, like burgers and fries and shit like that.
Yeah.
That's almost. I would say C.
Yeah, I think Subway's probably C.
I
think there's a lot of C tier here because they're just not giving you a lot.
Yeah. I think this is more of like the national chain stuff because they have other lists are a lot bigger, but
sure.
Yeah.
Let's
see. In-N-Out, California's favorite.
That's A tier.
I would agree. A tier.
I know no one will agree with me on this one. I'm not going to reveal it yet.
Okay.
Carl's Jr. is A tier as well.
Yeah, I agree.
Chick-fil-A is A tier. Five Guys is A tier.
I put A tier. All right. Here's a head-to-head matchup. KFC or Popeyes.
That's not even close. Popeyes is the only S tier restaurant on here.
S tier?
For national chains?
S tier. I agree, S tier. But not the only one.
I think no. See, my other vote for S tier is Arby's.
I would
fucking love Arby's.
I love Arby's.
Yes.
I don't know why. I think it's because it's like there's not a lot of Arby's here anymore. But like I was like, why should Arby's,
fuck it,
bro?
dude, everyone trashes on it like it's the nastiest thing, but I fucking Arby's is so good, dude.
I like Arby's.
Arby's is S tier to me.
Even just like the sliced meat, which is the bun by itself. I'm like I fucking smash that shit. That shit's good.
Yeah, Arby's S tier.
Little Caesars. I don't know because it's straight. This is like straight calories. That's all it is. Cheesy calories.
I I probably do B tier.
B tier?
Yeah, I like Little Caesars a lot, but I can't put it higher than Papa John's, and Papa John's is A tier.
I would put Little Caesars almost like it's like a C plus, B minus.
Yeah, so B tier.
All right, we'll put B tier then. KFC, I would say it's a solid B tier.
Yeah, I would say B tier.
Yeah.
And then we got Mickey D's. I think Mickey D's is A tier. Well, all the burger places on here are pretty much A tier. Nah, because if you're gonna say In-N-Out and Carl's Jr. and Five Guys, so then Mickey D's has got to be B tier.
Yeah, because there's no way you can compare like Five Guys and In-N-Out to Mickey D's.
Yeah, but Wendy's is also B tier.
I don't know. Their burger, like for how big that chain is, the quality of their burgers are pretty good.
Sure. So what's your point? You think it should be higher? I can't.
Yeah, I can't put it in A tier.
I can't put it in A tier either.
Yeah, if you compare it to all the other ones on the list, I kind of almost think like Chick-fil-A's B plus. Really?
I don't know. I think it belongs in A. I think Wendy's is B.
Wendy's B.
I think Taco Bell. I still contest that Taco Bell is C tier.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't know. Sometimes they have like those special menus that are really fucking good. Like the cheesy gordita. Oh man, that's so good. The chicken gordita.
See, for me, Papa John's goes A tier. Pizza Hut is C tier.
What?
Yeah, Pizza Hut's fucking C tier. And Taco
No.
Bell.
I don't think so. Is it as bad as Domino's?
Pizza Hut?
Yeah.
Yeah, probably.
Really?
Well, yeah, probably. It's like between B and C.
Yeah.
And I guess if you're gonna say that it, because I would much rather have Little Caesars than Pizza Hut. But I wouldn't much rather have Pizza Hut than Domino's. It's like almost a wash.
Oh.
Like it's like, yeah, Pizza Hut probably gets the edge a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
But like the other things at Domino's, like their wings and their like bread and their like other things that they have on their menu are like pretty decent comparatively. They're better than their pizza. I don't get Panda Express, so I just like I'll leave that to you to put that wherever you want. And then we're just
I'll put it in B tier.
We're just quibbling with Taco Bell being B or C.
Yeah.
See, the thing is it's only like the problem is that it's unique on this list, right? Like when you're
they have Chipotle in there, Mexican light versus really Mexican light. Taco Bell.
So you think Taco Bell's better than Chipotle? They just scratch different itches for me.
Yeah.
And I think that overall, the quality of Chipotle is better than the quality of Taco Bell. It's the same thing with like McDonald's. Like I like McDonald's and eat McDonald's. But like if I'm like actually like focused on the quality of the burger, like In-N-Out and Five Guys are better burgers. It just, McDonald's scratches a certain itch for me. And so, yeah,
Yeah, it's going to be the same thing for me. It's going to be sitting in between B and C.
Yeah.
So.
And at the risk of like saying it's higher quality food than Chipotle, you have to put it in C tier. And so that's like,
But that's like, yeah, but it's so weird because you have like Little Caesars sitting up here above Chipotle when that's like barely food. It's barely food.
As I said, though, is like the thing is there's other things to compare it to. There are other pizza places on the list. Papa John's is higher, and then where's the other pizza place? Domino's is lower. Pizza Hut is lower. And so it's like, yeah. But as far as like, think about it this way. On the relative scale of pizza, like Little Caesars isn't great, but it's closer to pizza than Taco Bell is to Mexican food. For fucking sure. Right? It's a closer approximation. If you said like, I want something that's pizza-like. You don't eat Taco Bell when you want Mexican food. You eat Taco Bell when you want Taco Bell. Yeah. It's a niche thing. It's like you don't eat McDonald's when you want a burger. You eat McDonald's when you want McDonald's. And so to me, like Chipotle is like, I can like some like Chipotle is like Mexican-like food.
It's the equivalent to like Panda Express.
Exactly.
Like Mexican food.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But like Taco Bell is just like
actually it's more of like a mishmash between like Subway and Panda Express if you think about it.
Yeah. But it's like, but Taco Bell is just like its own thing.
Yeah.
It's its own category of
Yeah.
thing. So yeah, I think that's, you know.
Yeah, the closest thing would be like Taco Bravo,
Yeah.
Gym Boys, and I don't know what Sacramento.
I'm trying to think of things that are left off this list that would be national chains. But I guess that's probably almost.
We got all the heavy hitters.
Because even like, because In-N-Out and Five Guys aren't national chains.
Yeah, they're mainly West Coast chains.
No, Five Guys is national. Now that I think about it, Five Guys is pretty.
I'm thinking In-N-Out. In-N-Out's more
In-N-Out's
West Coast,
just West Coast. Yeah, so that's probably just a California-centric list because it's got In-N-Out on it.
White Castle. We don't have White Castle here.
Oh, you don't? I never fucking eat there, so I wouldn't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, White Castle is trash. If there was like a fucking Z tier, I'd put fucking White Castle there. Sonic is bad too.
We have a pretty good bell curve.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
It's but like, yeah, I'm hard pressed to put any of them like to really be like that's S tier for sure because it's like, oh, okay, but I mean, if you're talking, like,
I don't know. Popeyes is pretty high up there as like an S tier like chicken place, national chicken place.
yeah, that's the thing is you have to
Because you got
qualify.
like churches, like nah, I'm good with that. Fucking KFC, nah, I'm good with that. Popeyes, hold up, Popeyes,
Yeah.
Popeyes.
Yeah, yeah, it is the best widely available chicken chain. For sure. And yeah, I don't care what anybody says. Fucking Arby's is S tier. Arby's is fucking good.
Apparently, they branched out with sandwiches and stuff like that. They have like gyros and French dip and all that stuff.
Well, they have the meats.
Yeah, they do have.
So
the
they just
meats.
make sandwiches out of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I usually just get like the classic fucking beef
S
and
tier
cheddar.
Wiener Schnitzel.
Yeah.
S tier.
Why isn't Wiener Schnitzel on the list?
I don't know. That's S tier for sure.
Fuck yeah, Wiener Schnitzel should be on that list.
That one like defies what you think of like high quality stuff to be S tier. Is like, nah, they know what they're doing
Yeah.
and they do it right.
Yeah. They just play right to that, like fits right in that slot.
Yeah.
Like just garbage monster food.
Yeah.
Like just you want something that's just like a fucking click up from 7-Eleven, but just hits like all the fucking just nastiest parts of your palate all
it's
at
like,
once.
it's tangy and sweet.
Yeah. Fat and salt and sugar.
It's like deer tier meat.
Yeah.
I
So
don't know, just put it in a Wiener Schnitzel pile.
yeah, why isn't Wiener Schnitzel on there? It
I
should
don't
be.
know.
Wiener Schnitzel would be S tier.
Yeah.
Try to think of what else would be fucking D tier. If there were things that are left off the list.
Long John Silver.
Oh yeah. Oh,
You just feel bad going out of that place. Like, ugh, I
but that's
feel
not
dirty.
that's not a fast food restaurant though.
It isn't?
No, not really. Because they're like a poor man's Red Lobster.
Huh. But I thought it was like it's not like fast casual.
It straddles the line. I think it's like trashy fast casual.
Huh.
It's on par with like Five Guys. You know,
Smash Burger.
Smash
S tier.
Burger. Yes, S tier
Uh-huh.
for sure. That's the thing though, is that doesn't like you certainly can't put the things that are in S tier now if you got Wiener Schnitzel and Smash Burger on the list. Then like those things are in A tier and those two things and like Wiener Schnitzel, Smash Burger, and S tier.
Yeah.
It's like that.
So okay, if they had Wiener Schnitzel and Smash Burger, what would you take off of S tier?
Papa John's
Hmm.
would get bumped down to A tier.
But out of the whole bunch, like, yeah, I guess you have to go by restaurants, not like what kind of food it is, right?
Yeah. Because there's a proponent, because there's a lot of burgers on there. There's Carl's Jr., there's In-N-Out, there's Five Guys, there's McDonald's, there's Wendy's, there's Burger King. So those are like all, and White Castle. Like those are all burger places.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's like you're likely to compare burger places to burger places instead of burger places to other places. And you're going to compare the pizza places to one another too. And so, you know, it's just kind of like, like Panda Express is just like, oh, okay, that's fine.
We're here.
It's just like, it's there. It's like the most widely available, like, pseudo Asian food because no one really thought to, like, make that into fast food. So it's like, okay, yeah, we're doing an okay job. I guess I eat it. I'll eat it when I want that specific thing.
Yeah.
So there's no, I would rather have X instead of Panda Express when I want crummy Chinese food.
Yeah.
But like when it comes to burgers, there's a plethora of options. Or pizza, a plethora of options.
Yeah, let's see.
I feel like there's like some other sandwich place though.
Oh, Togo's. That's S tier. No, I'd say about A. It's pretty good. I don't think it's S tier.
Yeah, Togo's is decent
Way better quality.
than like Subway. Yeah.
Mhm.
What about Quiznos?
Like when they first came out here in the West Coast, I was like, it was really good. And after a while, I was like, oh God, this is super sad. They just put like a little bit of meat, a lot of cheese, and like, there you go. Go away.
I will say though that I liked the. Do you remember the ad campaign they had with like, because their whole thing was that their subs were smoked.
Oh, is that the
Yeah, they were like, oh, we have smoked meats, right? Or smoked meat subs.
Mhm.
And so they had like this crusty old guy in like this like leather club chair,
Mhm.
and he like reaches over and he like opens this cabinet and there's a sub in it and he takes it out and he bites the end of it off and he takes a lighter and he's like, our subs are smoked. And he's like smoking it like a fucking stogie. I was like, that's pretty funny.
Uh-huh.
But I don't have a recollection of what their food even tastes like.
It's all right.
Couldn't have been that good. They went out of business, didn't they?
I think so.
Mm.
It's the other place I always see commercial. Blimpies.
Blimpies. I used to love that place.
Oh, is it any good?
I mean, we used to have one in Kalamazoo, and I used to eat there. I used to like it.
Yeah, because they in the commercials like cartoonishly like made sandwiches.
Yeah.
Like some cartoon characters like
Yeah.
eating it. I don't know if the sandwiches look like that.
They're pretty good. It's like deli sandwiches.
Hmm.
Pretty tasty. Better than Subway, that's for sure.
D tier. Jersey Mike's. Don't like that place. That place is garbage.
You know, I had it when it first came out, and I was like, whatever.
Uh-huh. It's like way overpriced for what they're giving you.
Oh, when I first came out, at least in the Midwest, I remember they're being pretty inexpensive.
Mm-hmm.
You get a 8-inch sub for like $4.50, $5.
Huh.
And that was like their claim to fame. I was like, yeah, that's reasonably priced. And I'm like, oh yeah, this is pretty good. And then I ate there a few times, and I was like, yeah, it's not that good.
No. What else? Other big fast food. Have a Burger.
Yeah, that's more of a fast casual restaurant.
Mm-hmm. Panera.
Oh, Panera's fucking D tier, bro.
D-tier?
Panera's nasty. To me, Habit Burger just tastes like fucking In-N-Out.
Okay.
It just tastes like In-N-Out to me. It tastes like the same burger,
Uh-huh.
which is good, but
yeah.
it just tastes like In-N-Out. But yeah, it's a.
What's the place? Shake Shack. Where do you put that on the list?
Oh, Shake Shack goes S tier.
S tier?
Shake Shack's fucking good.
Whoa, way better than like Five Guys and In-N-Out?
I wouldn't say way better. Oh, maybe it's just a novelty of the fact that I've like recently. I would say it's A tier then.
Okay.
It's as good as those places.
Mm-hmm.
I probably like it a little better, but it's mainly because, well, I don't know. It's kind of hard to say. Like I think just like their burgers, like you can just eat them like plain with like basically nothing on them, and they still taste good.
Okay.
I can't say that for a lot of places where it's like Five Guys, they get the burgers pretty plain and they're still pretty good.
Mm-hmm. I imagine if you get a smash burger plain, it'd be pretty good too.
Yeah, but Shake Shack has their buns are better than Five Guys. And like I don't know, and they have like this shake sauce that goes on stuff.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty fucking good.
Okay.
This weird, I don't know, aioli stuff. It's really good.
Yeah, like the whole like Chick-fil-A thing with the Chick-fil-A sauce. I'm like, I don't get why everybody. Why is this even their like branded sauce? It doesn't.
Oh, it's so fucking good, dude.
It's all right.
I love it. It's so good. It's like this weird, tangy, sweet mustard stuff.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think it's really good.
Do you put it in the sandwich or you just do it with the fries?
I'll just put it on anything. I usually just use it like to eat my fries, but that's just because I usually only get 1 cup of it.
Yeah.
Unless you ask for extra. But if I got extra, if I got like a bunch to spare, I'll dip my burger in it, bro. It's so fucking good. Not every bite. I'm not one of those animals, but like you know, these people just like they'll use like 3 cups of like ranch on a burger, and you're just like, dude, my buddy.
Or they squeeze in like the Jack in the Box little like ranch packets, like 2 of them in the burger. It's like, bro, what are you doing?
Yeah, it's a little much. I don't know why you would even like get a burger in that case. Like, and they make sandwiches that have ranch on them.
Oh, do they?
Yes.
I just get the spicy chicken sandwich. That's it.
Yeah, I mean, Well, and I guess Chick-fil-A doesn't have sandwiches that have ranch, but like some places do. Like they have like, you know what? Who is it? I want to say it's like Wendy's, and they have like a spicy chicken Parmesan with like ranch dressing and like lettuce and tomato on it.
Huh.
That's pretty good. It's like I want to say like it maybe has bacon. It's like a chicken bacon ranch sandwich or something like that.
Huh.
It's a bacon ranch club. That's what it is. That's pretty tasty. So like, why wouldn't you just order a sandwich that already has fucking ranch dressing on it if you're just gonna drown everything in ranch dressing?
I don't know. They need that sauce.
Yeah, I guess. Some people just like hook that shit up to a fire hose and just like directly into their mouth.
They just love ranch.
I know. Put it on pizza, put it on chicken nuggets, eat fucking ranch on everything. It's like ranch and ketchup are like the two condiments that enjoy the most fanfare.
Yeah, apparently, I guess like some places, I heard Utah's like famous for like pink sauce, where they just mix ketchup and ranch together, and that's their thing.
I don't know. It's a lot of sugar and a lot of fat, I guess.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. I don't. I've never known anybody that was like passionate about like other types of dressings.
Yeah, I
Or
can't.
people are just like, oh man, I put you don't like you barbecue sauce? I put barbecue sauce on everything. It's like, yeah, maybe some people are that way, but
Yeah,
not nearly as much as ranch and ketchup.
yeah. I'm a honey mustard guy.
I like mustard, but I'm not a big honey mustard
I
guy.
love it. Actually, the best like version of that is the it's Popeye's version. What do they call it? Cajun or Mardi Gras sauce.
Oh,
So good.
see, that's why I like the Chick-fil-A sauce, because it's like almost there to honey mustard, but still tangy.
But the Mardi Gras mustard has like what's like fake wasabi made out of?
horseradish.
Horseradish. That's what it is. Has that little bite to it. Because I'm not a big fan of horseradish, but that mixture of like that.
Ooh, I love. You don't like the horsey sauce at Arby's, bro? Ooh, it's my fucking jam.
I never had it.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's like horseradish mayo. It's
Oh.
so fucking good.
I gotta try it.
I love horseradish.
Uh-huh.
It's like I got like a fucking jar of that shit. Just put it on everything at home.
Oh no.
Yeah, it's really good. But yeah, no, I like honey mustard if it's actual honey mustard. Like if you just take mustard and put honey in it and like mix it up till it's emulsified.
Uh-huh.
Then like, you know, like what the salad dressing used to be before it became like a dipping sauce.
Yeah.
Honey mustard was like a salad dressing.
Yeah.
And then they started making it creamier because they were like, I want it to use in salads. But it's like, I like it when it's just mustard, like with the honey mixed into it.
Mhm.
It's like the right ratio of tangy to sweet. But now it's just gone too far in the sweet direction. I'm not really a big fan of it.
Mhm.
I don't really like sweet condiments as a general rule.
Huh.
That's why I like mustards mostly, and not barbecue sauce and stuff. But that Chick-fil-A sauce, you crazy, dude. You don't like it? It's wrong.
It's fine. I don't know why people are going crazy. I was like, "Let me give myself Chick-fil-A sauce." I'm like, all right, here, have it.
It's like one of those things where the first time you have it, you're like, "Yeah, this is pretty good, actually." And then like,
You
and
think
you have
about
it,
it, you wake
and then
up
you
at
have a
night,
few more times, you get that itch. It's like that Wiener Schnitzel itch. Like, oh, fuck, man, I gotta get that sauce.
Oh, that shit's so dangerous. Knowing that Wiener Schnitzel is on DoorDash, you're like, "We can order this right now if I wanted to."
Yeah.
I had to drive somewhere to go get it. It was like,
Yeah.
"You just order it."
The thing is for this might be TMI, but like my palate doesn't get bored of Wiener Schnitzel. I just at some point my gastrointestinal fucking like gut like says no more of this.
What?
You've had your fill for the last week.
No.
We can't do this anymore.
Uh-huh.
Right? You're done. Like, you're just fucking done.
You're done, homie.
Yep. Like, okay, I'm done. But it's not because my mouth is ever like, you don't want that anymore. It's like,
You don't?
nope, my bowels are just like, stop putting this in you. This isn't food.
Oh, sorry, I had to clear up some space for the computer. Yes. Just delete all those files.
All right, delete them.
All right, they're deleted, guys. Just so you guys know, we're deleted.
They're deleted.
All right. All right, a little bit short of a podcast.
Yeah, well, that's fine. You gotta go short sometimes to appreciate the long. You know?
Yeah. It's got to do the, half whole.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That's the move.
That's how you do it.
Yeah. All right. That does it for this week. Got anything else?
Take us out.
Don't be a fool. Wash your hands before you eat the gabagool. Peace.
Thanks for listening to Mikey and the Press Pass podcast. Consider subscribing. You can rate and review us on iTunes, Spotify, Stitcher, Google Play, and pretty much anywhere where you can listen to podcasts. And you can also write us with any ideas, suggestions, or horrible burning criticism at mikeyandthepresspass@gmail.com. Thank you.